Why is this drone the best drone that you can get for real estate photography? Hi guys, my name is Daniel. I want to talk to you about what is the best drone that you can get for real estate photography. And no, it's not the Mavic Pro 2 or the Phantom. It is simply the DJI Mavic Air 2. This drone has saved me a lot of headaches. If you've seen my previous video for real estate photography, and that has worked out pretty well. I always have the bad habit of looking at the monitor instead of the lens. I'm not talking to you guys, but now I am. See how that works? See the struggle? But yeah, it has saved me a ton of time with the new Mavic Air 2. By far is the best drone that you can get in the market for real estate photography. I'm not talking about landscaping, I'm not talking about vlogging, I'm not talking about cinematic, although this can get the job done. It has 4K, has a great camera, everything that you need, honestly. So this is my go-to now, and I've sold the Mavic Air. Now I got the Fly More package, which means that I could get 2 extra batteries and extra blades, a ton of cool features that it has, charging cables or charging ports, and the best of all, it's ND filters. If you don't use ND filters on your drones, you're not gonna make any money. Not to that extreme, but it's very difficult for you to showcase the true potential of a drone or the quality of photos that you have specifically for drone photography to other people and the clients that you will meet. So I suggest you to get an ND filter. It's one of the game changers out there, and people love it because it's evenly spread out, it's evenly exposed to as well. You have a little bit more control of the type of situation you can run into. Some people will book you at noon, and that is not the best time to fly a drone due to the conditions and the lighting and stuff like that, and the shadows. Just like this one was at around 1. It's okay, but it's not ideal. The ideal time for real estate photography drone shoots is sunrise or sunset. Sunrise, forget about it. You're not gonna get photo shoots. Sunsets, you can get it. I mean, if the client really wanted a good lighting and good exposed photo, and who doesn't like a great sunset photograph, so that can get your dollars or the money that you can get shoot up high. Let me show you guys what app that I use in order for me to identify what is the best time, or when is sunset and when is sunrise, because I know that most of you are gonna say, like, okay, that's great and all, but what if, most of us know what time sunset is, but you got to keep in mind the time that you get there, the setup, and calculating the best time and where the sun is going to be located too as well. So this app is called Sun Position, and it just looks like this. Gives you all the data where, let me see here, it gives you all the data that you need in order for you to identify what times sun sets and what time sun rises, which times is twilight, so on and so forth. So that is a great app for you to identify or manage your time well. That was just an extra bonus. But going back to the drone is easily, hands down, the best drone that you can get for the money that you purchase it. I mean, it's a no-brainer, and cheaper the drone is, the better the less liability you have, you know, because some of these places that you run into, like such as this place, it was in front of the airport. It was a bit of a struggle. There was a lot of trees. It was an apartment complex, which with the Mavic Air, I had a lot of trouble with the signal being lost, and then your screen is just pitch black and you don't know where you're going because it's somewhere around the corner, you know. So to avoid that, see, I did it again. I keep looking at the monitor. Jesus. So to avoid that, I had to make the decision of getting the Mavic Air 2, which has a great signal, has up to 10 kilometers. I'm not going to test it that far, but it's always nice and comforting to know that my drone is not going to lose signal. It's not going to free fall when I'm doing a eagle bird's eye view shot of the property, because it has happened before where I have to get it really high up there, you know, to get the shot to the bird's eye view, especially with those half-acre properties that I have done. It's a mess, you know. But that was with the Mavic Air. With the Mavic Air 2, smooth, simple, has the best time that you can get in a drone. But yeah, it's worth every penny, and you're gonna get it back if you provide this type of service. I recently saw a job over it's a very remote area, and not a remote area, I shouldn't say that, but it's very far away from me, and it's in the desert. So this guy listed his the job that he needed was about properties having to do with drone photography and drone video, and he will pay you $100 each property that you do. I don't know how many it was, but I'm just giving you this as an example of that there is money to be made with drone photography. Now, you have to get the FAA, or else, I mean, you're gonna have another worry in your head that, oh, I'm gonna get caught, I'm gonna get fined if police shows up, whatever the case may be. But it's a little bit it's a little voice in your head that just to keep in mind that if you're doing this without a license, it's not the ideal way to do business. But I get it, you know, it's expensive. I mean, if you're first starting off, just get everything right away. $7.99 plus $150, well, depending on the state, $150 for the test, and just get it done right away. So just keep that in mind. After you get all that stuff, you can do photo shoots like this, and they will pay you. You know, I usually price it at $125. That's for the time that I'm there and the time of editing. It's fairly quickly. If you know Lightroom, it's easy. If you want to know my process of Lightroom, let me know down below. It's fairly simple. I just do it really quickly. I don't do any touch-ups, and that is the power of ND filters. That if you expose the photo right and you use ND filters, easy. This is what is called a lazy photographer. Doesn't mean that you're just kind of like just shooting unintentionally and not purposeful, but what it means being a lazy photographer is that you want to get it right the first time. That way when you come back and look at the job that you did, you don't have to use clarity, you have to use texture, you don't have to saturate it or all those other things. You know, you don't have to sharpen the image. All those little things that can take time. And if you really screw up on a photo like this, you have to go back there to the property. You don't have to tell them. That's another thing. You don't have to tell them, but it just sucks driving all the way back, redoing everything, coming back and making sure that you did it right. It's like, it's very troublesome. So being a lazy photographer is the best thing that you can do by getting all the basics properly or well done right off the bat, instead of fixing it in post. Like, oh, you underexpose it too much, now you have, or you overexpose it. It just becomes a headache. So use the basics, use ND filters, use the Mavic Air 2, and you'll be fine. And then you just kind of get target. If for drones, it's easy to get apartments to do so because they don't have drone photography, so that's another idea. It's fairly simple. It's hot right now because everybody, all the real estate agents and their mamas wants a drone photo of the property. With that being said, you know, if you have any more questions, comment down below, let me know. Hit the like button. I should have said that in the beginning, but now I'm telling you now, so it's a win-win. But yeah, so I'll answer any questions that you may have. Yeah, see you guys on the next one. This is my 4th time doing this, by the way. All right,